The Greenline Engineering Tuning and Diagnostic and Dashboard app. Preview of our Greenline Engineering GLE dashboard and tuner app, as well as diagnostic app. Let's go over the screen features that we have here. Obviously you have your RPMs and your on the right side and your speedometer on the left side. You'll be able to switch between miles per hour and kilometers. So for our overseas customers, you will have no problem changing from metric to imperial. Another feature is obviously, as you can see down here, we have the motor amps and battery amps. So you'll be able to see that in real time, what's coming out of the motor, what's going to the motor, what's coming out of the battery, and phase amps. Other features that we're enabling is the ability to have a park, reverse, drive, neutral. When the app is complete, when you hit park, you're basically going to have the brakes, the Regen brakes lock, and you will not be able to move the vehicle back and forth. Obviously, we're using a universal type layout because our drive system is not necessarily only for motorcycles, it's for tourist industry vehicles, delivery vehicles that we set these drive systems on. So it has to have a park, a drive, and a neutral and a reverse. But the cool thing is you'll have access to that as well. Other really cool features is the interface that pretty much allows you to activate and deactivate a lot of things on the fly. For example, if you want to go into the trails and the woods and you want to activate or deactivate Regen, boom, done. That's all you have to do. So if you had Regen on, you were commuting on the street, I have a reverse throttle Regen right here. And I want to deactivate that because I'm going to go ride motocross or ride trails. That's all I have to do. Just simply tap it and my Regen is off. Another cool feature is on the fly street and ludicrous mode. Those are power settings that you set in terms of motor power, and you can set that here. Right now I have it in ludicrous, and then I can put it in street mode. Ludicrous obviously being a much more powerful setting. So this bike is set for I think 15 kilowatts, and then street mode is set for 8,000 kilowatts. Other features, obviously the RPM meter, went over that, and then you'll be able to see real-time Regen. So I'm not driving right now, but if I hit the Regen, you'll see a dial and the amount of amps going back into the battery. Real-time battery and voltage sag. As you can see, I'm running a stock battery, and you can see how much it sags when I hit the throttle. That's a good way of knowing whether you have a good battery or not. But another cool feature is that we'll be able to overlay battery voltage real-time battery voltage as you ride. So if you're buying all these third-party batteries and you want to know if it's a quality third-party battery, simply hit the throttle and see how much the voltage sags. That's a good way to determine whether you're getting voltage sag and you're actually getting true power. And the cool thing too is, guess what? We have a real-time watt meter here. If you've ever owned an electric car, such as a Tesla, you have real-time watts right there. So you can't really fake what you're really putting out. It's right there, and you can simply record that information. If you hit that, a big graph pops up. You can screen record and hit throttle and see how many watts you're actually getting, peak watts. Same thing with amps as well. On top you have your motor temperature and your controller temperature. So you can see in real time whether your controller is getting hot or your motor is getting hot. Cool feature is this will start blinking based off the temperatures that you set. Everything is so programmable based off what you want. So if you want your motor to have a higher threshold, then you can set a higher threshold, and when it gets activated, it starts blinking red and making a noise. Same thing with the controller. alerts you. Obviously, you're riding, you don't really pay attention to a lot of things. Well, you can quickly glance down, and if this is blinking and you're getting a fault, then obviously you know that something is going on. You can immediately see that it's either your motor's getting hot or your control's getting hot. Really cool feature to have. I want to point out again that this is only available for the Greenline Engineering BAC4000. This will not work with any other dealer BAC. Those controllers are locked. Also, this is going to be linked to your phone account and your username and password that you set when you get the invitation. So you will not be able to use that on any other controller. So if you really want all these features, you're going to have to buy one of our Greenline Engineering controllers, which we're going to be making available and making announcements of when they are available if you sign up. Finally, let's go over the tuning features, which there are a lot. Here's your fault screen. I'm going to go through this fairly quickly because I don't want this to be boring. If you ever had a throttle issue, you'll see it right there. If you have a hall sensor issue, you'll see it right there. Here's where you can set your temperature thresholds. So if you want your motor to run hot, a little hotter because you're racing, you can set that there. And what happens is that when it hits your threshold, the controller throttles it down and begins a cool down period so that your motor can cool down. Throttle tuning. No more trying to figure out whether your throttle is working, whether it's tuned properly. You twist the throttle a couple times, it records that information, you hit save, and now your throttle is tuned exactly to your throttle's voltage specifications. Anti-lock braking system, Regen throttle tuning as well. Here are all the options that you have for Regen. You have separate Regen throttle. You can activate roll off throttle Regen. You can activate these two at the same time or each individually. You have e-brake motor cutoff, just like the Surround. This is going to be a plug and play with our kit. This is a Magura e-brake. Plug this into our harness, boom, you can activate e-brake motor cutoff, or you can actually have this via Regen if you want. A lot of versatility. And of course, for the street stunters, this is called wheelie mode. Basically, it deactivates all Regen, no matter what, so that you can massage your I call it your lifeline as you're pulling a 12 o'clock wheelie, right? So if you do a lot of wheelies and you want to quickly or permanently deactivate your Regen, you can do that. And then when you're in the trails, in the trails, and you want to activate your foot brake, Regen foot brake, you can activate that permanently here too. So really cool, really versatile. It's whatever you want. And we've separated the amount of amps used for Regen with torque, not the same thing. So now you can set the level of torque as well on your Regen. If you want it to ramp up quickly, or if you want it to be smooth when you hit the Regen, you have those settings here as well. So there's a lot in here. What we have here, if you're very familiar with our Greenline Engineering BAC4000, it comes with a Regen, universal Regen. So you can actually separate throttle from braking fairly easily. This is plug and play, and it's progressive. The difference between this particular Regen and this left-hand Regen is that this one you can put it on either side of your handlebar, obviously. This one will be on your left-hand side, and the lever is a little different. People sometimes like this one more than this one, and vice versa. This one, if you prefer this style, this will be available on the website. We already include one with our Greenline Engineering BAC4000 kit, but if you want a different one, these are all plug and play. Now, my favorite of all time is our new progressive Regen foot brake. If you're a trail rider or a motocross rider, you know that using a lever brake for your rear, you're going to develop a lot of hand pump. If you do a hair scramble or you're in a race, you really can't be using the lever as a brake. I mean, you're really going to get some serious hand pump. This will eliminate that. Another awesome feature is that it's completely tunable. You can tune it to be ABS-like. If you want to lock out your brakes, you can do that too with the Greenline Engineering GLE dashboard app. You can set a variety of braking profiles for this foot brake. So this is going to be up on the website pretty soon as well. It's already compatible with the customers that have purchased the kit, but now in October with the Greenline Engineering GLE dashboard app, you'll be able to tune all these things, and you can actually use this together with this and this, or you can, let's say for example, set it up where this is Regen and your handlebar just uses hydraulic. Either way, it's up to you. It's awesome to be able to have a variety of these features and create your own custom profiles. I'm just going to gloss over this. Again, motor tuning, this is amazing. Now you can set the amount of motor amps that you want. You can set field weakening percentages. Here you can set your ludicrous mode and your street mode. So the modes that you can toggle on or off on the home screen, you can set those power levels right here. Really cool. As well as auto tune the motor. So if your motor is acting a little finicky, you hit auto tune. The algorithm auto tunes the motor, you hit save, and you're good to go. No more going on Facebook or the threads trying to figure out what's going on with your motor. Really cool feature. Again, battery section. This is where you set the amount of current that you want to draw from your battery in both the eco and street mode feature, as well as the voltage. So let's say you have a 60, you simply hit 60, save, auto tune, done. Now you're running 60 volts. Or you can choose 72 volt, done, save, adjust the powers if you want, auto tune, good to go. Less than a minute, all accessible on the app. And of course, we've also separated motor current with motor torque, how it ramps up, whether you want your torque to be smooth or hard. If you're motocross, you want it to ramp hard. If you're on the trails, maybe you want it to be smooth. You can set up a variety of features here too. Really cool. Also, let's say you screwed up your parameters. That's okay. You can load the default parameters that came with the controller from the cloud. Again, you will have access to your cloud account that the app connects to, and you'll have access to a history of all the parameters that you saved and that we've created for you, and access to our custom racing parameters for trail, for hare scrambles, and for motocross. They're going to be accessible on the cloud as well, right here, right at your fingertips. I think that's pretty much it. There's going to be a lot more features. Again, this is slated for October. This is for all Greenline Engineering customers only with our controllers, and it's going to be free. Whether you already bought your controller or you're thinking about buying a controller, this is going to be included in your kit. When it's released, it's going to be available on Android and iOS. Cool thing, it's Bluetooth. It connects via Bluetooth. So if you want to run a clean handlebar, you don't like this anymore, you can just use this. It works with this too if you want, but pretty cool. If you want to have your bike just start up and you're ready to go, all the parameters that you saved with the app are saved on the bike, so you don't even need to open the app anymore. You set your parameters and then off away you go. But if you want the dashboard, you just go to it already opens up to the dashboard, and it keeps track of your trip and your odometer. So really cool feature. Thank you all for all the support. Thank you for being patient. We're developing some new cool stuff in the EV marketplace, not only for electric motorcycles, but for e-bikes. So it's going to be really exciting what we're up to, and we're going to be bringing you only the best and coolest features for you guys to enjoy. So if you want to get on the waiting list for the Greenline Engineering BAC4000 kit, that will include the egg rider display, the GLE dashboard app and tuner app, the Regen throttle, and a lot of the customization that we offer, feel free to hit us up at www.glengineering.co. Get yourself on the waiting list. We will notify you exactly when we have more controllers available for sale. I just want to thank the customers so far. You have been great. The feedback is awesome. The reviews are great. You guys really love our products. We appreciate that you guys really enjoy the quality of our work. Thank you so much for the business, and hopefully we'll continue to deliver great products in the EV space. Thank you.